Welcome to Beyond the Wall. This is before, during, and after my incarceration. I spent over 2 decades in a penitentiary. I went in when I was 20, 1998. I just got released August 10th, 2022. I'm 45 years old now, and I'm starting my life over. You know, 2+ decades, I missed out on a lot, on my family, on their growth and their journey out here in the world. Regardless of the chaos, the chaotic and violent environment I was in, I know life is not easy out here for the people that's struggling, that's going about their day, putting food on the table, making rent, taking care of their family and their kids. And like I've said before, I have such admirations and respect for all you out here that's doing it. Because now me being thrown back into society, now that the honeymoon period is over and I gotta get into the grind of everyday life, I have a better perception, a better understanding of how hard it is out here. Being locked up in all those years, every time I dreamt about members of my family, I saw them when they were still kids. My little sister, my little brother, my youngest brother, John, he was 9 years old when I left. He's 33, 34 now, married with 2 kids of his own. But when I dream about them, I always see them as that little kid still. I see all my brothers and sisters as the age when I left. And it's so confusing sometimes because the reality is they're all grown. They all have families of their own. But in my dreams, they're all still my little baby brothers and sisters. I don't like to live in regrets, but, I really wish that I hadn't missed out on so much of their lives. And now I've been out a little bit over 2 months, and I'm just trying to make as much effort as I can to get to know everybody again. Because I don't know who they are, what kind of individual they be. I have an idea, but not being here, not being around them, they're all different people to me. They're all brand new to me. Yeah, we love each other because we're brothers and sisters. And for the most part, our family is pretty close because, we don't have a big family. Like I told you in the early episode, my dad had 18 members in his family. And after the war, after the takeover of the Khmer Rouge, he got out there with himself, me and my little brother. Then he remarried, and I have 2 other brothers and a sister from my second mom. I don't look at them, these are half brothers or half sisters. These are my full-blooded brothers and sisters. And that's the extent of our immediate family. But now, through the last 20 years, they've grown a little bit. My sister, Mary, has 3 adopted kids and 2 of her own, Connor and Leah. My brother, Sabat, has a daughter, Evie. My little brother, John, he has 2 kids. His daughter, Bobo, Bopa, we call her Bobo, and a boy named Ryder. And I try to spend as much time with them. I try to take them out to do things. Like, part of me is almost like trying to do the things that I wasn't here for my little brothers and sisters with them. One, they never met me until a couple months ago. And I'm just trying to build a relationship with them, let them to get to know me, and in turn get to know them. So you always see on my Facebook that I'm taking them to the park, to fairs, to lagoon, to skating rinks. But all the time, it's not just those. I mean, I try to go spend time at their house and just hang out with them. And it's been pretty awesome. You know, it's not really making up for lost times or anything, because there's nothing I can ever do to undo the things that I've done or to make up the time that I've lost with my family. But I'm so grateful that these kids have embraced me and allowed me to get to know them. You know, part of my apprehension coming home was that, they've heard about me through the course of the years and stuff. They've seen pictures that I've sent home, and they're all old enough to know, they're 6, 7, 12, 5. They know that I've been in a place where they put bad people. And I was afraid that that was the perception of me, that I've been in a bad place, so I must be a bad person. And I don't want them to perceive me as that individual. I don't want to have that stigma on me, but it's there. I can't shake it off. All the things that I've done, every place that I've been, is part of my makeup. It's part of who I am. And psychologically, there's no way in hell that you can spend the amount of time that I've spent incarcerated and not have that affect you. Not have that screw you up. I still have my tics here, but it's all in my head. I don't act out. I just, when I get uncomfortable with certain situation or whatnot, I just try to take a breath and let the moment pass. Through studies, and these are professional people that get paid a lot of money. After 6 months, after a year of being incarcerated, you have people that suffer from PTSD. Certain noise, certain sounds, it's going to cause certain reactions. When you hear you've been associating certain noise to such negativity, to such chaos, that you can't help but have your adrenaline pump through your body, your heart start beating. All those things affect you. But I'm determined to not let those things affect me. I'm determined to put those things in a box. And being around my nieces and nephew allows me to be able to slowly move away from all those things. I tell people, you always know that family is important, but you really don't understand it until you're taken away from them. And, by the grace of God, I've been able to return. And I always tell you it's bittersweet, because I'm home now and I'm able to reconnect with my family. I'm able to get to know my little nieces and nephews. But I have so many friends that I grew up with that I care. And when I say grow up, I've spent more time in the penitentiary than I ever did on the streets. I spent my whole adult life incarcerated. And through those courses of time, I built bonds and relationships and friendships with individuals that I really care about. And some of these individuals are never going home. They've been raising their kids through a 15-minute phone call. They're seeing their kids grow up before their eyes through pictures. And it's heartbreaking that, because I know these individuals, if given an opportunity, that they're not the same person that they were when they were 19, 20, 18 years. That, what they were 25, 30 years ago don't exist anymore. But they're still being held accountable for the stuff that they've done. And I'm not making excuses or anything for their crimes or for what brought them to prison. I'm just saying, how much time is enough? We're a country of second chances, but a lot of these individuals, it's their first time being incarcerated and they're getting 25 years, 40 years, a life sentence. We all know, you in this episode know, who you are today is not the same person as you were 19 years ago. Just imagine if you're still being held accountable for some cruddy shit you did, some mistake you made at 18, at 19, at 20, and you're still paying dues for that. There's such thing as justice. We understand that we have to pay our debt to the community, but how much do the community want from us? How much life do they want? How many years do they want to say, oh, it's okay, you paid enough? If you want me to die in this freaking box that you call a penitentiary, then kill me. Give me the lethal injection. Execute me. Because all you're doing is it's a slow death, sitting there rotting away year after year, year after year. And then you wonder how some of us come home and are nutcases, can't cope with society, because in the system, you don't prepare us to come back into the world. You put us in an environment where we're waiting literally to butcher each other. Then when we misbehave on that yard, you put us in a freaking box, day in, day out, with no way to cope with the time. You don't allow us any reading material. You don't allow us a radio to just escape. You're setting us up for failure, and then you justify yourself, and you're able to put yourself on a pedestal and point the finger at us and say, I knew you weren't fit for society. I knew you couldn't make it. But in reality, you never gave us a chance. The only reason I'm here now, today, and able to cope and able to adjust is because of my wife and my family and my friends that has supported me and that were there throughout the years picking up my phone calls. But how many individuals in the system have the same support system that I do? I'm fortunate and I know it. I'm blessed and I'm so grateful. But a lot of individuals that have been thrown away in those boxes don't have the support system that I have. So they really have to fend for themselves. And the system is not allowing them, it's not giving them any opportunity to grow, to mature, to evolve. They're just pickled. They're pickled your brain is pickled. If you get locked up at 19, your brain freezes. So when you come out and you're a middle-aged man like I am right now, your mentality is still of the age of 19 years old. But you're stuck in an old body. And your mentality and the way you are at 19 in an old man's body doesn't coincide with the community. So if we really want people to succeed, if we really want people to have a chance at making it in here, why are we not finding ways to prep them? The programs I tell you they give you in prison is dumb do-boy shit that does not help you evolve, does not help you better yourself in any type of way. I've taken them all. I've only been able to evolve and educate myself because of the books that my wife sent me. But some people don't have that. A lot of people don't have that. You know, when I get the books, after I finish reading them, I try to pass them around to whoever else wants it and just keep it going, because I understand that we're just here waiting to die. And that's not a life for anybody, man. You have chickens out in California and throughout these farms, these animals that have more rights and privileges. These things are going to be food. But we have people protesting, fighting for their rights so they can have more space, so they can have peace of mind before they get taken to the slaughterhouse and chopped up and put on your plate. So why us as human beings should be treated less than that? It's beyond me. Like I said, I don't make excuses for anybody for whatever they did to get into the system. But if you're going to give somebody a date, man, help them prepare, help them come home, help them make it. But the system is not set up to help us make it. The only reason I'm over here making it every day is through the grace of my family and my friends. The PO, the probation, the courts, they're not doing a fucking thing to help me. All they're waiting for me is to misstep and violate me and throw me back in the box. So how can you really say that you want people to succeed when you're not giving them any opportunity? I apologize for my ranting, but I get emotional when I speak about these things because this is real life shit. You know, till next time, thank you for tuning in to Beyond the Wall. It's my life story before, during, and after 20 plus years of incarceration.